Welcome back. I'm Warren Colgrove with Crawford Software. Let's dive into part two of our two-part series on pre-month end close with SYSPRO. I'm going to start off by looking at my payables. And when we say the payables, we are, of course, talking about our accounts payables. Within that, these are all the similar programs that are going to be running, but they're going to run integrations to the specific modules and the submodules that we are looking at. The report will automatically come up. The launch screen comes up for you with the year and the period that you are in. And we are looking for a detailed report at all times because we want to see what is happening. And we want it to look at all the different integration points that we have to the general ledger. So we look at all of them, and we want to include zero value transactions, or we can exclude those. If we include those, as you are going to see, we will see some $0 transactions that are on here. That part of the regular phase two that you are going to see later will have those in there. We click the process, and I have it set that it's going to do a print preview to my screen. And this now gives me that data of what's happening in this case within the payables. This first section is GL control. That section is telling me on my control accounts in my general ledger, these are the balances that I have for that. The second section, and this is in all cases throughout each module, we have other journal entries. This is telling me that someone has taken and done journal entries, in my case, or CS cash book entries directly to a control account from within another location and posted those there. And that gives me the information so that I can then go look further to see if those really should have been. And then I have my unposted, and here's where we have those $0 values. You see right here, I have $0 values. Those $0 values will go away with the month end process. And then I have my subledger module elements that also are going to control accounts that I need to verify. On my second page in this case, because I only have 2 pages, this is where the key is. On the last page of each one of your integration tests, you will see this. This tells me that my AP control account has this value, and my GL control for that same exact thing has that value, and the difference is 0. That is the key of what we are looking for. If they do not equal and you have a value, you then need to go into your integrations and start to do some review and analysis, which will be a later session that we will have in how to do some of that analysis and verification. So that's what the payables looks like. If I take you into, I'm going to just take my cash book as my next one that I'm going to just take a look at, and we'll drive into that. Again, the same principles, all of the same detail checkboxes and everything exist, and that occurs for every module. I will then run that query, and that then is going to give me, again, coming back to the same layout. The consistency of the layout helps us to be able to do the analysis better. So we have our geo controls, and that gives me the totals for those. You'll see that I have someone has created journal entries directly to a control account. And so those need to be reviewed to make sure that we don't have any balance issues. And then we also have some transactions, AP direct transactions that occurred. Those need to be reviewed to make sure that they are integrated and that we have the balances are both in the AP and the cash book that then feed into the general ledger. Again, going to the last page, I look and I have my cash book control has one value, my geo control has its value, and my difference is 0. which is a good thing, and we want to see that at all times. If you do this on a weekly basis and there is a problem, you then can go back to people during that time frame and they're liable to remember that they had done something. If you wait until the last day of the month, you're now trying to ask someone sometimes to remember something that they did almost a month ago. So we recommend, again, always trying to do these on a weekly basis, and it gives you some good function and capabilities to get analysis and rectifying the issues addressed at that time. I hope you've enjoyed what you've heard today. Hopefully it helped you, and watch next time for when we do the actual month-end process. Thank you very much.